Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this video, we are going to understand the Leetcode problem number 3446, and it's a sort matrix by diagonal. So have you ever seen a matrix where each diagonals needs to be sorted, but some in ascending order and others are in descending orders? So that's exactly what Leetcode 3446 is asking today. So today I'll break it down its problem in a very simple steps so you can understand the question, right? Very first, what we have given. Question we have given is n cross n matrix we have given, right? Means it's a square matrix of integers we can say, right? That we have given. We are given uh, n, you can say a matrix n cross n matrix, and our task is to sort every diagonal that we have given, right? But there is a twist we have here. Okay, what is the twist here we have? The twist is for bottom left, this part we can say. Okay, so this is called bottom left triangle, includes the main triangle, right? It's also including the main triangle. Okay, we short the diagonal in ascending order, in the descending order, sorry, not the ascending order, descending order, as you can see here. Listing the diagonals in the bottom left, including the middle triangle, middle diagonal. So if you see the black color one, so this is in the bottom left triangle, and it is in non-decreasing order, right? Sorted is non-increasing order, means it's a descending order. We can short the diagonal in descending order, right? And for the top one, that is in the blue color, for the these two, yes, we can say for the top right triangle, we saw the diagonals in ascending order, right? So if you observe here, that's it, the right and you can say rows and the column don't get sorted, you can say only diagonals matters here. Okay, so if you see here, let's suppose we have 186, right? Then we have 95, then we have 4, but in this case we have 7 and 2, so it will come 2 and 7 in ascending order. So this part 186, right, we have to move into descending order, right? So this 6 will, this 8 will go here, then there will come 6, and then it will come 1, so it will become what? It will become descending order. But if we talk about this upper one, 2 and 7 and 2, they will become 2 7, and the upper one will become 3, right? Like that. Now come back to here. Other, not other examples you can see here. It's also given in the descriptions, right? So we identify diagonals using I minus j. If there is a I and this is j, if we do the minus, right, I minus j, and if it is 0 or positive, we are on the you can say below the main diagonal, right? We have to sort in the descending order, right? That we can do. If I minus j is negative, right, we are above the main diagonal, right? We can say that. And so we'll do the sort by ascending order. Understand? Means from the main diagonal we'll do the ascending order, and from down one we'll do the ascending order. You can consider this one also. Okay. Very first, this value we have is at 0 0, then we have 1 1, and then we have 2 2, means 186 I'm talking about, right? So when we talk about 1 8 and 6, means this is 0 0 1 1 and 2 2, and if we do the sort descending, it will become what? 861, correct? Then we have value is next value we are talking about, means next cell is 0 1. Then we have, what is this value? 1 2, right? When we talk about 0 1 and 1 2, so we will talk about the 7 and 2. We have to sort the ascending order, means it should be in increasing order, so it will be sorted and become 2 and 7, right? Then we'll talk about the elements we have at 1, we can say 1 0, right? So when we talk about this value 1 0 and 2 1, right? So we have to take about that one also, means it should be 9 5. So we'll say okay, at 1 0 and at 2 1, what we have is 9 5 we have, right? Let's descending order, it will sort, right? And we'll talk about the 4 and 3 will not do anything, it will be unchanged because we're not going to do anything here, but it should be sorted. There is only one cell, so we will ignore for now, or we can directly use that element because there is only an element. We cannot compare anything that is sorted or not sorted, or it is sorted or not sorted. Okay, now understand, let's place them at their position. So if you place them in the position, it will look like this one. Okay, so the question is, how do we traverse the diagonals, right? And I'll say this in the simple, we should start from the first row. Okay, we will start from the first row and the first column. Okay, very first from here, and we'll move down, right, like this. From here we'll come here, right, and we'll use the pointer, right, I plus 1 j plus 1, until we exit the matrix. Okay, we are talking about the main diagonal. So that way we will cover all the diagonals, right? And so for our 3 cross 3 matrix, we start at 0 0. We can say go to the 0 1, go 0 2, like that will move, right? Then from the column 1 0, we'll go 1 0, then we'll go 2 0, right? That will cover everything without overlap. Okay, so mainly we focus on 0 0, then 0 2, 0 2, then 0 1, and then 0 2, right? Then we'll come back to the down one, say 1 0, and then 2 0, so it will not overlap. Okay, so that's all. Let's understand how the induction will work. So here is a trick that if we will use the cells on the same diagonal, right? If we see the cells on the same diagonal, we'll share the same value I minus j, right? And we can group elements using that key, and we'll sort each group based on its size, its sides we can say, and then we'll place them back, and this will make the problem clean and structured. Tell you how. So let's suppose the cells on the same diagonal, right? What are let's suppose we talk about the cells that is we have on the same diagonal, right? For now I am talking about the main diagonal. Okay, or we can share the same thing with the other diagonal also, right? If we want the cells on the same diagonal like this, or we'll share the same value I minus j. Okay, so when we talk about this, means what is the meaning of this? Like when we talk about the same diagonal and that save the same value I minus j, right, that I was talking about, it means instead of thinking in the row and columns, right, we are not talking about the row and the columns. Suppose if we are not talking about in the row and column, we think about diagonal uh, pockets, we can say. Okay, let's suppose I'll say if I minus j, right, and if it gives you greater than equal to 0, right, so the diagonal is on where? Diagonal is on or below the main diagonal. It's not on this diagonal, right? Either this will be these two or these two, this one or this one part. Okay, so it depends on the value of this. If we talk about the I minus j, and if it is coming 0, means the diagonal is above the main diagonal. It will always come main diagonal, from the main diagonal it will be above the main diagonal, right? You can say. It means in this case we have to do what? Sorting. Okay, and here we there is a possibility when we do I minus j is greater than 0, means maybe diagonal is either in the here or maybe the below one we are talking. Okay, These are the chances. Okay. Very first, get this value, these two, it will maybe the chances I minus j will give you greater than equal to 0, right? Don't we get confused? This and 2. And for this part, always call I minus j should be less than 0. Okay. Now try to understand with this one. Let's label these values. Okay. So very first we know that value will become what? 0 0, right? Then this become what? 0 1, then 0 2, like that. Similarly will go down, right? It become what? 1 0, it become 1 1, and this become 1 2, correct? Become 2 0, become 2 1, and this will become what? 2 2. Now try to understand the concept that I'm going to tell you. So if we'll talk about the diagonal key 0, okay, what we have here? We have 0 0, then we have 1 1, then we have 2. Similarly, we'll talk about the other keys. Let's suppose if diagonal key is coming -1, right? In this case, we'll take 0 1 and 1 2, correct? Then let's suppose it's coming -2, diagonal 1, so we'll say 0 and 2. If we'll talk about 1 is coming, say 0 and 2 1. It is coming, diagonal key is 2, there is only one value. Okay, this is what I was saying, that we'll use the diagonal key. Okay, so benefit is when we'll do the group diagonals, right? Suppose we the group diagonal, right? Very first we do the leveling, right? We'll do the level of each cell with I minus j, we can say, right? So this is called the level with for each group with I minus j, and we can find the diagonal keys and the respective diagonals, right? Now we have to group the diagonal. So how we are going to group the diagonals? Let's suppose talk about key 0. The key 0 value is 1 8 and 6, and this is our main diagonal. Okay, then if we talk about the key what 7 and it is above the main diagonal, above main, we can say. Okay, like that we have to use, right? Like we have is talk about 0 1 1 8 6, then we have 1 not 1 -1, we have talked about that -1, and similarly we'll do the -2, and it will give you 3 above the main, we can say. We have 1, and it is coming what in 5, below it is below the main, and in the last we have 2 is 4, and it is below the main. Okay, now what you need to do, you have to apply a sort, right? We know that 0 and 1 0 so 0 is what talk about like this. If 0 is greater than 0, greater than equal to 0, okay, it means we have to sort descending. Very first, this key is we have to sort it descending because value is coming greater than equal to 0. Then we talk about uh, other values. This is -1 -2, these are coming -1 -2, right? It means it should be in the ascending order, right? So we have to sort in the ascending order this key. Okay, and the last we have is 1 2, it should be in the ascending order, this is should be descending order. Okay, it what I'm trying to say, the key value that is coming, let's suppose 0, This is coming what? Greater than equal to, right? It means we have to sort it, sorting in descending order, right? Means it will become what? 8, 6, and 1, right? Very first, this main diagonal. Okay. Then key was the what? It was -1, right? When we talk about the key is -1, it is less than 0, correct? If it is less than 0, means we have to do the sorting in ascending order. Ascending. Okay. So in that case, from 272, it will become 27. Understand? Then we talk about -1. Similarly, we talk about the -2. -2, we have only one element 3. Will not do anything. We'll keep it the same. We'll say in the ascending order because it is also less than 0. Also ascending order. Now we talk about the other two elements. That was we found 1 and 2. When it is 1, it is greater than or equal to 0, and 2 greater than or equal to 0, means both we have to ascending order. Let's suppose we'll talk about the 9, 5 and the 4. Both will be in the ascending order. Okay. So if we'll put back along the diagonals, we'll get this way. Now understand the code how okay, how I implemented. Let me tell you how. Very first, what you need to do, you will get the diagonal map that we are talking about, right? Here we will have the as a key. Here will be a list of elements from the diagonal. Okay. Then we'll collect all the diagonals and we'll map into here. Like key should be I minus j as we have talked about. Very first, we'll go for all the I, we'll go all the j, and we'll find all the pairs, right, on the grid, right? When we want to traverse on the grid, we need two loops that we will go for I and j, and possibility will try to find all the pairs possibilities, right? And for that, very first, let's suppose the key will be I minus j. It will give you 0, 1, 2, like that we have found 0, -1, -2, 1, 2 we have found, right? That those keys we will find here. Understand? And then what we need to do, we'll keep adding all those values on the respective keys. Let's suppose we have seen like key -1, key is 0, and that time we have stored what? 861 after not after sorting, let's say 816, right? First thing something like what that, right? Yeah. Very first we'll talk about 186, right? So it was I minus j, that is coming 0, means this is 0, 0, then we have 1, 1, then we have 2, 2. So when I becomes uh, 0, means we talk about 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 8, 6. We'll keep adding all those value 186. Similarly, for others, we find the keys, right? Then we talk about the, if you have already everything on the map, now it's time to do the sorting for each diagonal list. We'll get the key sets and we find all the keys here. Like we have 0, -1, 2, 1, and 2. So those keys will be in the map, right? So to get all those keys, we have to make a for loop, right? We have to iterate over the key set. This is just a like a set, okay? And from where it will give you those values, right? Now we will get, based on that key, we'll get all those diagonals. Means this will give you a diagonal list, right? So diagonal list, each diagonal list, we can say each diagonal list, let's suppose when we talk about the key comes as a 0, we get that diagonal list as a, we have just seen, right, that we have seen, let's suppose 186. So this list will contain 186. Okay? So when we'll get the 186, right, there is two conditions there. So key is less than 0 or else. If key is less than 0, means we have to reverse it, right? We are talking about the bottom left. But key, if key is not sorted, it is either on the where, if it is either on the main diagonal or above, right, we have to do the sorting, and for that it will come in this loop. Otherwise cases, if it is in the down one, we'll go sort this one. Okay, like this we will, the reverse order will do. The Java 8 method, we can directly do the sorting, reverse sort, and we can use the sorting. Very easy. Okay, now just once you have the sorted, you will iterate over the cell, and you will get the diagonal I minus j key. You will get the key again, the diagonal value, and for the ij, you will keep removing the elements right at each index, and you will keep adding, assigning the value on the grid, and the grid value will replace, and finally will return the grid. Okay, I hope you understand. So what we have done, very first we'll define the diagonals, diagonal key value pairs, right, and we'll group the diagonals. Once we group the diagonals, we'll sort it. Once we sort it, just we replace after the sorting on the grid. So that's all I have in this video. Please comment in the complexity, what is the complexity will come, and let me know in the time complexity, space complexity, and I'll try to see you in the next video with a very positive energy. Thank you guys, thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.